welcome back to our episode. We have posted a question box on our stories. Did I say that correctly? Is it question box?
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we have asked you to ask us some questions. So on living in Dubai, because we feel like that's one of the hot topics that we usually get asked. So we are doing an episode on that, and I hope you will enjoy.
All right, guys, I'm going to be reading out some of the questions that we got. And actually, I was reading through them earlier, and we got a cool variety because just from the questions, I see that Dubai can still be misinterpreted, like to people that haven't been here before and stuff, or are looking to live here. There's a lot of questions that pop up in your brain that I'm like, yeah, that's normal. But then I didn't realize, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when the questions will come, you'll understand what I mean.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like we've been there, but we forgot we've been there. So now to us, it feels natural.
Yeah,
but like,
exactly.
But we might have the same question when we came here. And like, so it just makes sense.
100%.
So one of the questions that we got is a pretty understandable one. Is alcohol allowed or is it prohibited? What are things that are prohibited?
Okay. Well, I don't drink alcohol. So yeah, but I know that they don't sell it in stores in Dubai, but they go to Charger, I think, right?
No.
So to answer the question bluntly, it is allowed.
Yeah.
But in specific places, like
like in hotel and restaurant, they have it.
Yes. Or there's even like
you cannot drink in public areas, like in a park or like in the
and there are specific alcohol stores. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was actually funny because my mother-in-law, she loves to drink a beer, and she was staying over for a few days, and she was like, Gauri, I'm not able to order alcohol to the house. And I was like, I've never tried because I also don't drink. So I went to check, and it's just like non-alcoholic beers. It was so funny. So yeah, like you cannot really, you have to go to a specific place, but it's not prohibited.
Yeah. Like even in the city of Dubai, you do have alcohol stores that are official
specific.
stores.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you go to Carrefour and you can have like your pack of beer, basically.
Yeah, but I remember that you needed to have a license before.
Yeah.
Like you had to go to this store and apply for that license. You had to pay for it, and you could only buy alcohol with that specific license.
Or if you were a tourist, I think.
And if you were a tourist, you could go with your passport.
Yeah.
But if you were a resident, you could only buy with this license.
Oh wow.
And but I think they stopped it 2 years ago.
You cannot get the license if you have like the religion Muslim.
Oh yes.
They will not allow you to buy. It was before, not.
But it was
now,
like 2 years ago. Like I went last year. Yeah, I think last year, and they didn't ask for anything anymore.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Well, it's a whole process to have alcohol here.
and like again, you're not allowed to just pop a beer in a park or on the beach. Like you have to be in a specific place area.
But I feel like you don't feel it because there's a lot of places that do allow it, like a lot of restaurants. So it's not like
bars. So
there's even like Souk Madina is like made for tourists, even in that sense. Like you can go and have a drink and whatever. Yeah. So another question we got is it safe for women to be alone without a man? Do you have to wear head coverings, etc.? You see, this is what I mean.
Wow, I love that question.
But that misconception is understandable. Like when you don't know what is the Middle East, the UAE and stuff, like you would have, like even us, I guess when we moved, we were like, okay, should I take that little skirt and that little crop top and stuff, or should I leave it here, right?
Yeah. However, let me tell you, 10 years ago when I came here as the first time as a tourist, it was completely different. Like I couldn't wear a crop top for sure. Yeah. My knee had to be covered and the shoulders, and they wouldn't let you go in the mall. Like there were people, like the security would check you if you actually are dressed properly, and if not, they wouldn't allow you to go into certain places.
Well, I guess it's because it wasn't open that much 10 years ago, and now like everyone is from somewhere else. Like they had to adapt basically.
To be honest, I feel like it's all changed after pandemic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I only came here like 2 days ago. I mean,
it feels like 2 days.
2 years ago. But yeah, like to answer the question, first of all, it is safe for women to be here without a man.
Safe.
Very, very safe.
Yeah.
Like
I'm sorry, but like so safe.
8 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, whenever, like it's just super safe.
I think Dubai is the only place where I feel safe walking around alone at night.
But even Abu Dhabi or even Ras Al Khaimah,
I mean,
like
this
I feel like
country
the
in
whole
general.
UAE,
yeah, 100%.
I would say you are safe until you are not looking for the
trouble
problems,
also,
on your body.
I mean, but even
Otherwise-
here, like you're not you don't find yourself looking for trouble. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's safe, and you don't have to wear head scarves, head coverings. I just think like nobody enforces the rule that I have personally witnessed, but I think it's good to be respectful to the culture. Like if you are going to a mall or to an official place, I would not recommend walking in there with a mini skirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
It goes with common sense. Like, don't go to a mosque looking like a bimbo.
Yeah, it's like how is that saying that you should be flexible until you are not like touching other people's boundaries? Like just take into consideration other people as well. But yeah, and headscarf, I think it's only at religious areas at this point, like a mosque or something.
yeah.
And I was actually surprised, I don't know about you, but when I came and I saw that everyone was like, la, 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 even on the beach, topless and stuff. And I was like,
Topless?
what?
No, like bikini, no?
But even in beach club. The girls will tan topless. They won't show the boobs like that, but like they will remove and just tan.
Really? I never saw that.
Yes.
You
Like untied?
Yeah, they will untie to tan, basically.
wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
they were naked.
No, not in the
No,
front.
they won't
in the
show and go around
like
and be
in the
like,
back.
yeah. Merry
like
Christmas. But they will like remove and just like lay down and like,
Oh, yeah.
and tan,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
but
is normal
normal
for me.
Like, it's
for us. Like,
But I was surprised when I came here and I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
Even
No,
the trikini, bikini and stuff, I thought like it would be
no, I've
more...
seen like women with like mini skirts at the mall and stuff. I remember when my mom first came to visit, she was like confused because you have this conception about Dubai like being
course.
very closed-minded and stuff. But actually, everyone just does. I mean, as long as
Whatever.
it's as respectful as you can be, like, everybody just does whatever. And there was this girl; she was super like mini skirt, everything at the mall, and my mom was like, "That's allowed," And I was like, "Yeah, like I guess so. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if is that allowed though?
I don't know. because-
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I mean, I was girls. I was walking around in
Like,
shorts.
I
and-
remember when I came 2021, it was during Ramadan. They didn't allow me to enter the mall because I was wearing a shorts. Like, it was just beginning of Ramadan, and I don't know why I was just wearing a shorts. And I was like, oh shoot, I need to leave and change. But now nobody cares.
Yeah.
But I kind of miss those times, to be honest.
I love modesty. So
Me too.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
not the most modest person.
not the most modest people over here, but
No, but I still miss it. Like sometimes when I see literally half naked people walking around.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I liked about Dubai, that everyone was so modest. Like I still really love about Dubai that we are not really allowed to touch each other or kiss
Oh,
or like these
PDA,
kind
yeah.
of
Yeah, so that actually brings me to the next question, which is, can you show PDA in Dubai?
Yeah.
We have seen
Yeah.
some PDA.
Yeah, you see,
But I don't think
it's not allowed.
It's not
No.
allowed.
You're not
You
allowed
see?
to kiss in public.
Oh, I've seen.
You're
Whoa.
not to.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, when we were in UBK, even.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was so shocked. Oh, they're kissing. They're kissing. I'm like, they're in the corner. Come on. Look, yeah, but it's not allowed.
When were we were together, I think, like near the beach. We went for some food. And there was a couple like full on making out in front of us at
So
the. Where were we together?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, where were we playing Uno that day? We were playing Uno.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
Naya.
that was last
Valentina, I
year.
think you were there. Yeah, because
No,
you were.
I
You know why I
wasn't.
remember? Because you were drinking from that straw that was making my skin
Oh.
itch, and then I asked you to like stop drinking from the straw.
This common ground place in
Yeah,
Kite
okay.
Beach. Yeah.
And they were
That
all
was
up-
last year.
Yeah, they were all up in their mouths. And we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, okay.
I really hate it everywhere in the world, and every time I see it anywhere, I'm feeling so cringed. And even when I go
I
home,
agree.
I'm like, people still like, oh my god, when a man touches a girl's butt.
Yeah.
So no, I'm so happy that it's not allowed here in Dubai.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, like, I'm fine with like kisses because I mean, boyfriend, girlfriend, and stuff. But like, when it's like the whole roller coaster in the mouth, and you see tongues and stuff, like, it's just too much.
Is that the French way?
no, this is what you see. But like you can
I mean, like there is the French kiss, but it's not like I feel like there is saliva all over the.
It is though. I think it's
too
allowed
much.
to hold hands, and
Yeah.
that's
I'm
as
sure,
far
yeah,
as it
that one
goes.
is
Yeah.
Like, and the
Yeah.
rest keep it in the room, in bedroom.
Yeah.
I mean,
Too much information. We don't need to see
yeah,
this.
we don't need
Exactly.
Anywhere in the world, not just Dubai.
Actually, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna get ourselves cancelled?
No, it's fine.
Oh my goodness. One of the questions that we actually got in a few different ways, but it comes down to the same question, is how did you all meet and create such a beautiful friendship? So this got asked a few times, but in like different forms, you know? So how did we meet? And how, I mean, we've kind of gone through this before, but you may have missed it because I think it was in our intro.
It was our first episode, actually, if you want the full-length story.
Yeah, I don't even know if we gave it fully, but let's just give like a short, abbreviated version, which is, long story short, Laura introduced us all. She kind of knew us separately. I mean, and then Valentina is your sister. Aniza, Naira, and Laura used to work together, so they met through work.
Yeah.
And then Laura reached out to me on Instagram, and then we met. And then you were like, oh, I have a friend that works in marketing. You should meet her. And then I met Naira, and then we started she started just looping everybody in, and we
and naturally we clicked. Yeah.
But then now it's remind me, like, even this morning when I was with my sister and friends, like there is this girl, and she just came from Miami. Actually, we met her this morning, and she was saying, how do you meet people in Dubai? How does it work, and etc. And I guess it's the question for everyone who's coming here. And the answer I was giving to her is, I said, like, it depends on the field you're working on.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in hospitality, it's kind of easier because everyone knows everyone.
Yes.
And like,
you're spending so much time together anyway.
But like, if you, I don't know, but for example, this girl, she's working in healthcare. So I guess it's, I don't know, I'm assuming it's kind of different to mingle and meet people in, I don't know, but like, I guess to me, in Dubai, it depends on the field. Like if you work in a startup, it's more like, if you work in like this 9 to 5,
there's a lot of like women, like let's say you are, like you said, first of all, the field, but also let's say you're into like women empowerment and entrepreneurship and stuff like this. They actually make a lot of events.
Yes,
where
there's
it's
a lot.
just for women.
And clubs, I mean, also to me, and I think this is where I kind of made naturally like friends with, like we became super close, is staying open-minded with anybody you meet, especially when you are in a new city. You shouldn't, I mean, I know it's hard, but like you should be open. Like if somebody comes up to you and asks you out for a coffee, like we did, or you should kind of try to push yourself. And it's hard and it's daunting and you don't always feel like you want to, but then
Laura, who are you kidding? You're just talking for us. You always feel like
I mean, I'm always up for a coffee, message me.
But it's true. Like if you're shy, if you're shy, you cannot like then just sit at home and wait for it to happen. Like especially if you don't know anyone here. Like you have to go out there, and like you said, that there is a lot of clubs. There is painting clubs, there is ceramic, whatever clubs, running clubs.
There are so many events, so many classes. Yeah.
And also, like, don't feel scared to reach out to someone.
Yeah.
But I think more, like, all in all, I feel like Dubai, because we're all expats, we're all looking to create new friendships and, like, find a new group. And
so it's easier here.
Yeah, it's easier. So, again, it's easier to be open-minded and not feel scared of rejection or feel scared. Yeah. But, like, you know, you just give it a try. And some people might be your vibe, others might not be. But
so many times, like you will,
but it's okay. Even like a one time, like for example, like I say, I met this girl this morning. She looks fun, so let's see how it goes. But it's still like someone I met today. You know what I mean? So it's still fine. Like you don't have to like then force yourself to meet that person every day and just go out with her 24/7 just because you don't want to be alone. Like you just check the vibe and stuff, and then see. And this is how it works.
Yeah.
And then this is another question that I got in all shapes and forms, but a lot of people want to know, one, what we do for work, and two, how difficult is it to really find employment and settle down in Dubai? Which
I mean, we all have different stories.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, in my opinion, finding work really depends on the field. Like you can find easily if you're very flexible on what you want to do and what you don't want to. Like if you're kind of trying to be, again, open-minded, like you just take whatever comes your way, you will for sure find something. If you have very specific career growth and like plans in your mind, then you need to do a bit of a research because it might be different than where you're coming from. I work a very corporate job. I work in sales. In sales, you kind of tend to find easily, but you don't always find the right job easily. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna put it out there that it took me almost 4 years to find a job that I'm actually very like comfortably like happy about. But it takes time, and you don't give up, and at some point.
And I feel like it really matters like who you know here.
Yeah.
Because like I don't work like a normal office job and stuff, but just from like hearing your guys' point of view and other people I've met, it seems like there's a big competition here for jobs. Like everybody's looking. So I feel like if you know someone that can put in a good word for you or introduce you to someone, it's going to be a lot easier than just going with the
So like we say, like hospitality is a super, like even though there is like 800 hotel here in Dubai or something, it's still a super small word. And like there's this saying where when someone is resigning, we say, yeah, we're going to see each other in the next hotel. Because it's the truth, right? How I came here is, so in my school, someone puts like a note on this group saying that, oh, I'm looking for someone in my hotel in Dubai. So this is how I came, through someone. So it's kind of like I was knowing someone already. Yeah. And then this is how I came. And then how I changed the job, it's the same. Like my boss moved to this other place, and then she said, hey, I have a job for you. Want to come? And then I came. So
basically what
networking.
It's like a connection.
Make connections. This is what I'm saying even to my sister and stuff. Like you have to make connections here. You have to build your database of people that you want to stay connected in your field. So it's easier for you to move because the competition is there, even though there is 800 hotels. There is a lot of people here. I'm in marketing, so it's even more competitive.
Yeah. But for her, it was easy to find a job, right?
My sister, she looked for 4 months though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Believe me, that's just not a lot.
This one.
That's very short time.
Yeah, I don't know. Like when you send, like, it depends on how you send the resume, how many places you applied for. But like she applied a lot. Like every day she almost got discouraged and stuff. But like, yeah, it takes 4 months. And then thanks God she came here. After a week she find a job.
But 4 months is actually not only in Dubai, it's everywhere in the world.
Wow, it took me a lot more, like more than a year to find another.
It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, she was lucky because it's a French company and they wanted kind of a French-speaking person. But yeah, like the other places that she applied on, like she never got any replies and no interviews, no nothing. That was the only one.
I think it's as Kaori said, like again, be open as making friendships, make connections. You don't you don't have to be fake. You don't have to fake a friendship, but you have to like just be very authentically, honestly, like out there and put it out there that you are looking for an opportunity, and people will keep it in mind that okay, there is somebody that I actually know, because this is how it worked for me as well. I might not be able to like recommend you to a new place, but I know that you are looking, so the next, like in a month maybe, I will hear an opportunity and I will put you forward. So it's like,
what are some like industries you would recommend for people? Okay, actually I have a question before I ask that. Do you feel like having a degree is important to get a job in Dubai?
At a certain point, sometimes they will require the degree. For example, even me for my visa, if I want the visa with the manager on it, they will say, then give us the degree, the master degree.
No, but
so
it's
my
just
sister,
for the visa.
She had to, no, but like, so there is this requirement still of having the degree, which is the question, right? So for example, my sister, she's doing the visa, so she had to do the whole process of translating the degree into Arabic, whatever. Then we had to go to the government and stuff. Same for my friend Yasmina, she had to translate the degree. But me, because I lost it or whatever, something happened, I don't have it. So I still have like the low.
Your what? Your degree?
I don't, because like I moved before I receive it, so I don't. It's somewhere in my house.
You're a scammer. Okay. You never
it's somewhere in my house. But I still have the online version, but not the official paper stuff, right?
I hear you.
So like visa-wise, they will require from you to have the degree, which is like indirectly ask you to have a degree, kind of.
But I don't have. I mean,
but
for me,
you can still halivali your way.
I would say in a different way.
What do you mean?
If you are applying to a big international companies, they would ask.
Yeah.
But if you're applying for a small
startup or something.
No, I wouldn't say startup. For example, my company is international. They did ask me for the degree, which I provided.
So no, basically I have a senior role and I don't have a degree, but it also is, I was flexible with my visa, right? So it's also not on the visa that I have a senior role. So it also depends on what you want to get out of your agreement with the company. But yeah, some fields that I think it's a good start, but like maybe not. Hospitality is, I feel like it's pretty easy to get some sort of a job. Maybe it's not the best for work-life balance, but at least you get at least you move. This is my point. And then you can always go from there. I do think that PR is fun here, or like agencies are fun here.
And I think those ones, they are not asking for any degree.
Yeah, and also they are pretty flexible because they are startups. So I think those can be.
Yeah, because that's also like one of the questions that we got was, how do we afford living here? Which I think makes people wonder, like, what are some jobs they can apply for when looking to move here?
Well, hospitality, you have a house most of the time, but then be careful on the house, the room. Like, it depends on, I mean, maybe other field actually.
I think I see all kind of jobs.
Yeah, actually.
It's
because hairlines they're giving as well.
As per the law, right?
Yeah.
They have to provide your visa, insurance, flight tickets if you're lucky, your meal, your accommodation, the transportation.
I mean, there's a lot of privilege.
So basically, even you have the salary without tax, which it's pretty cool, like for the countries which has a really high tax.
But also I would recommend not selling yourself short though. Like don't just accept anything. Because
I would say if you're young, you can still try. For example, when I came, my English was really bad. Like I was studying in Kazakhstan after I moved to China, and I was focusing more into different field, but not in English. And when I moved to Dubai, my English was like basic. So this is why I started from the small role, and from there I started growing. Like even if the company is interested, like I know a lot of people who's working in my property, they're saying, oh, my English is bad and the company is providing me English classes and I'm going to the English classes. Basically, they are servers, like they are working in F&B. I mean, amazing. And after that, they are going for a class which the company provides, and they are learning English.
That's
basically.
nice.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering, do you guys feel like people that are looking to move here should look for jobs time in advance, like whilst they still live in the other country, or they'll have better luck once they're already in the country? From your personal experience and the people that you guys know,
I think it makes it easier if you start. I mean, if you start already
before.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy.
I would say other way around. Most of the people, they are looking for the people who's available here. That's the main point. Like LinkedIn, if you open and the job opportunities, there was like joining immediately or within the country.
That's true, but what I meant is that we have had an episode on social media before, etc. But I do really like social media, and LinkedIn for professional social media platform is amazing.
I was about to say,
and
LinkedIn is number one here.
Yeah, like this is what I meant, that maybe like in going into your field, into these local communities on LinkedIn, like trying to find people who work in that field that you are looking for. And then, come here for maybe 2 weeks or a month to like, go out there and actually meet these people, like message them to have a coffee, even if you don't get an interview, but just have a coffee with them. I think that would make it easier.
I would also recommend people to come here to see the prices first. Because I remember when we first moved here, our salary was kind of good compared to Hungarian salaries, right? And then we received, all these benefits, the accommodation, food, transportation, everything. And actually we could live with that money. It was okay. But also life was so different back then that we weren't really leaving our community or where we were living. So it was easy to live up with that money that we had. But like the salary might seem very good compared to your home salary price, like country. Yeah. Exactly, but
you have to see your expenditures, which actually takes me to the next question. A lot of people were asking, like, housing wise, apartments wise, is it a lot? Like, how much does it cost?
She will give the story. I'm talking about like you're moving now.
Moved.
Yeah, I'm talking.
No. Naina didn't understand, but basically Naina's just moving, so she can give us the
I was pointing at you.
Updated knowledge on like what is.
No, I was saying sorry because I was zoning out, and then I heard Naila. So I was sorry.
I know. But that was not the point. But yeah, so a lot of people were asking, like, is it expensive to move here, apartment wise, expenditure. So actually that's a lead on to what you were saying.
Housing is, it's very
Expensive.
expensive.
It's
Compared
expensive.
to Europe, I think so.
You have to have someone. a
Depends
husband.
on. I mean, yeah, it's easier if you come with somebody. Like we came with Valentina together, and even if we like at some point lived separate, it gave you that safety. Or
Yeah, like just to give a bit of an example, if you want to live in a decent area that has some sort of community, or like one thing I love about Dubai is that all housing have a community mostly. Like I would say out of 100 communities, let's say 90 will have, like somewhere I don't know how to explain it. Like it's not just you're in the sticks and there's nothing around. It's very rare. You always they always build something around where you are. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you want something decent, like nice apartment or like some sort of modern apartment, just speaking of recent prices, it costs like, let me give you guys I will tell it in dirham and you guys can convert it. But for, let's say, a 1-bedroom right now, they're going between like 70 to 75,000 dirham per year for a 1-bed. And I guess you can find...
It depends where, but yes, you can find.
This is you kind of getting lucky, I guess. But even you can find cheaper, but it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
I guess it depends on a lot of metrics. Let's say, for example, us as European, we are so used to transportation. We have the tramway, we have the metro, we have the bus going everywhere. Here in Dubai, you have to be mindful that there is only 2 lines, and the main line is the red one. We just go ups and down. They don't turn right or left. So you have to be mindful of the transportation. Where's your workplace? If it's accessible with the metro or the tramway or whatever, because then it can get very difficult. Like, for example, now where I'm living, I'm like 45 minutes from my workplace.
Yeah.
And the Palm doesn't have the metro. So I have to end with my journey with the taxi anyway.
Yeah.
Or have a car.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
actually
Have a car,
the thing.
guys.
Have a car. Like,
Have a car, like big time, because this is my biggest regrets, like, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, depends on the area you select. Like, and the places, it can go from 50 a year to 80 a year. Like, it depends where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
To 100 now, even. Like,
Yeah.
it's just...
like those
It's just
fancy
crazy
areas,
for 1-bedroom apartment. Like,
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I didn't know, but in France, we pay the rent on a monthly basis. Here, it's either you pay yearly or quarterly. Sometimes you will find monthly basis, but like,
It's
to me,
very
it was
rare.
a big,
Yeah.
like, what the hell? I have to
Monthly
give
is more expensive, actually.
yeah, but in France, it's like still normal. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have yearly or quarterly stuff.
Exactly.
So it's like, what the hell? I have to give 4 months rent.
I just want to... Sorry, go ahead.
So I just want to mention that, like, you also get the benefit of housing allowances. Like,
Yes.
it's either the company is providing you housing, like accommodation, or they give you a different allowance only for the housing.
Yeah. But not all of them, also, disclaimer.
Yeah.
Not all of the
Most of them,
companies.
yeah.
Most of the good
Most of
companies.
them,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm like, you guys all live together, your sisters, you have your sister, you have a husband. I don't have anyone. So I live in accommodation. For me, I'm enjoying my life. Like, I have a car which picks me up every day from my accommodation to work and back. Like, I have all the community around me. I have my pool. I have my gym. I'm enjoying my life. Like, there is, for me, I'm not desperate to move out and live somewhere. If I don't know, my sister luckily moves here, or I don't know, find a hobby, inshallah, one day. I'm praying.
I think it's always more expensive to live out and
Yeah,
have your own
anyway.
apartment, because in the
Exactly,
end,
when
like,
you're alone.
you don't have to pay for your bills either.
You don't pay anything. The
Yeah,
light
like-
stays on. The water is flowing. Like, it's just like,
So
it's the life.
essentially, it depends though, because like I see a lot of people that message me, we're like families and stuff. So as a family, you're not gonna get, I feel like, housing, because you mainly get a room, or maybe you had your own apartment.
yeah,
right?
depending on the rule. Like if you are
Depending
going
on the
director.
company and
Yeah.
like, for example, I would say about my company, like, managers, they would get studios, let's say.
Yeah.
Directors, they would get a villa.
Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there
like
are,
those
there
small
are a lot
houses,
of companies
yeah.
giving villas.
Wow.
Kaori is switching to a
What's a
corporate
villa?
life.
Like, what's a villa to you guys? Because
I think it's just the
I feel like
little
it's like
small
a
houses.
townhouse.
Yeah.
But still, wow.
Townhouse.
It's still good.
Yeah. I mean, this
For
is the thing.
family.
Like, if you have but also don't forget that's a senior role. That's a
Yes.
role where you like.
Yeah.
You have
And
a
if,
lot
if
of...
you stay in accommodation, and it depends on companies as well. Like this, like there is different parameters. Like
Yeah.
you have to take everything
There's
into
different-
account.
Different
Yeah.
industries, different rules, but from
Don't
my point of
expect-
view, like me and my husband, we're self-employed. We don't have anyone else to rely on except ourselves. So from this point of view, housing is getting pricier day by day. Like we got really lucky with the place we found, but now we're looking to move out. And it's like compared to when we moved here a year and a half ago, it's
Oh, wow,
crazy
yeah.
how much the
You
prices
came
have
at the
risen.
perfect time,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And me as well, I moved at the perfect time. And
Now the prices are higher.
Yeah.
As Naida said, you mostly like have to pay quarterly, like with 4 checks. This is another thing that they might change soon. I don't know. But in Dubai, they don't really do direct debits. So I don't know if in Europe you have this, but in the UK, like they just deduct the money from your bank
Yes,
account.
same.
Here
same.
you need to give checks from the bank. So this is very different to what one from Europe might be used to, because checks for us are very like outdated.
This is so weird.
But it's so funny. Like you have, yeah. So
Yeah.
if
Same,
anyone
same.
cool from the government that has rules over this, like can change this, you should really change it, because this is something like Dubai is amazing. So if there's like
It
one
has
thing,
to be automatic. Something
Yeah.
you don't think about. Like, oh, okay.
if there's one
you
thing I
know,
could
and this-
recommend you guys to change in Dubai, it's just that, like automate the process, because that's the only thing.
also
It's
sure
shack.
there's a reason behind it.
I'm
think we were
sure. I
talking
mean, I'm not
about-
gonna.
maybe it's like to prevent fraud and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Because also it's the bank system here is very local. Like it's not centralized
Yeah.
by other governments or other, so it's
but
a bit.
this is just something that I want you guys to keep in mind, because it can get you by surprise. So you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I want that. Or like even us, we wanted to move from London, but we were like, can we not just send you the money? And they were like, no, you have to drop off the checks. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, run.
Yeah.
The hell, because they're
Yeah.
gonna take our apartment. You know what I mean?
It's
So-
very important. Like
this-
if you don't have a house, I mean, you need to have savings.
Yeah.
Because it's important if you need to drop those 4 checks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise, because you need to pay the deposit and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's goes
I
really
mean,
fast.
Like you said, some properties do have the 12 checks. Like it just depends. But personally, from me looking, it's very rare that you find
Yeah.
the 12 checks, at least for a good price.
Yeah.
Because it basically, that's also how it works. The less checks, the better the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can afford to pay in one go, you can negotiate the price down.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
But the thing is, you don't even need to rent in a whole apartment if you cannot afford it. If you are fine to live with somebody else, there are
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Airbnb.
You
You
can
can
do
just
sharing
rent
apartments.
sharing apartment.
Yeah,
right?
there's that option as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
like-
about to say, do not get discouraged because of the
like-
prices. Like it's
Yeah.
also if you
There's
just
a lot of solutions.
yeah, come as an intern, come as somebody who will get a room, like negotiate it
Yeah.
into your package to get an accommodation
And I was also going to say that I feel like this is one of the things I love about Dubai, is that there is a life for everyone. So if you need to live on a budget, you can.
Definitely.
There's supermarkets that are a lot cheaper. There's places like where you can get your fruits and veg that are a lot cheaper. Like you can live a very budget friendly life, and you can live a very rich life. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like it's up to you. So, because one of the misconceptions that I feel like everyone has is that you can only come to Dubai if you're rich. And
The
although
bling
I'm-
bling and stuff. It's
Yeah.
Dubai
if you
bling
would
effect.
have known, if you would know.
And although I feel like you should try to always have some savings and like not, completely live without anything, like it's not impossible. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like you can move here and have a better lifestyle and spend less money. That's
No,
Of
girls,
course.
honestly.
I mean, you can buy
yeah.
shawarma for 5 dirham and
Yeah.
for 50
Yeah.
dirhams. Depends where you look.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect example.
There's a life for everyone here, I feel like, but don't come here without your license. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Get a car.
Yeah.
If there's like one thing I can advise you guys on, is have a car, because Dubai
Honestly.
is not a walking city.
Honestly.
But yeah. And to finish off the episode, girls, what is one of the hardest thing that you feel like you had to adapt to moving here? Oh, that's a deep question, actually.
Yeah, I think for me it was just a different way of balancing career and life. And it's not a bad or a good thing. It's just that it was so different from what I was used to. like to always be so on your toes with career opportunities. And it was definitely something that, I mean, I'm half Italian, half Hungarian, and I'm a very chilled person. So to me, that was a big, like, everybody's just so passionate about what they do and their dreams, and they want to make things, which I love, but it was heavy in the beginning, which, you know, like, you get used to it, and you kind of, if you don't like that, this is not your city, maybe. But definitely I love it.
It's very fast paced. So like, this is actually what I was going to say, just kind of differently, is that one of the things I'm still adapting to is, like, my brain just constantly wants to grow, because I feel like this city makes you constantly want to grow and achieve new things.
Yes.
And sometimes it can be tiring. Like, you just want to sit back and not care, but there's no room for that.
Yeah.
You just go.
Yeah. And call me crazy, but I swear to you guys that time is passing so much faster here.
Fast here.
But everyone is saying the same. Everyone, like, whoever I'm talking to, either if you're a tourist or a resident, whatever, everyone can feel that time is passing so fast here. Like,
yes, we are in a different
loop.
loop.
Back to Europe, I feel like the day is so much longer.
Yeah.
You know, I was back in Hungary for a week now. I felt like I spent a month. Even when I landed here, I was like, I left for so long. And I left for 6 days. I was like, I left for so long this city. Like, what's new? And I'm like, no, but it was just 6 days. But it feels so different.
I would say I'm super antisocial person. And here socializing, like, you have your bubble and you need to go out of your bubble. Like, if you're antisocial like me, you need to force yourself to be social, because there are so many incredible people, stuff to do, place to see. Like, it's so crazy. So it's kind of good, and this is something you need to adapt, that you might, like, the person might call you at 9 p.m. saying, Yalla, let's go for a tea or coffee.
Life is always happening.
Like, you cannot just relax in a way that it's so much stuff happening that you need to be social.
This reminds me of Laura, because she called me like girl, I was getting ready to go in the shower, and the shower was then leading to my sleep, but she was like, well, I was calling to ask if you want to grab sushi at like 10 p.m. Like, she doesn't know how antisocial I am. I was like, I love you, but go home and relax. I'm not leaving my house.
But you know, anything important in Dubai happens in the evening, though. Like, I'm sorry, but
Actually, Naira and I were quite similar in that we are super antisocial, and sometimes we're in our room for a day without talking to anyone.
I can do that as well.
Yeah, and she would be like, she would text me or call me, she's like, you know what, I think we are potato too much. Let's go somewhere. And we just grab our stuff and
go to the cinema.
We go to cinema, or we go to grab some, I don't know, like mocktail somewhere. And we're just like,
Or we try to meet at the beach, but then we get lost for an hour. and the day is gone.
Yes.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's true.
One more thing, be specific with the area you meet.
yeah.
Dubai is huge.
Yeah. You can say Kite Beach, but where in Kite Beach?
No, literally we end up in two different points.
1 hour from each other.
What's one thing that you had to adapt to, Naira?
I guess for me, it's like, honestly, because I'm from a city where, I'm sorry, I'm just going to come back to the transportation, but I would have expected Dubai to have more lines, like more metro station, more lines, basically.
Public
like,
transport,
to me, it was like so big, so much in the future, like almost as if the car was already flying in Dubai, you know? So I came and people were saying, oh, we have 2 lines. I'm like, okay. And we have the tramway in the south. And then I tried the tramway for the first time, like, but it's doing a circle. That's it. It's not just like a tour, like, you know. So yeah, I was like, but I mean, it's growing so fast. They're building buildings every day. But like, I was like, oh my God, now let's tackle the metro.
Have you ever used the buses? Because there are many bus lines.
but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are many
It
buses.
doesn't
Like
feel
a-
natural.
You're like a metro girl. Like
Like it's not natural. I don't know how to, because I use the buses.
I used to use the buses. Like,
Yeah.
they can
Especially on the Jumeirah Road side, like it's nice. Even with my sister, we took one to meet you. But like, I don't know, I would have expected to be like more metro, more car flying. But I guess it will happen in the next 3 years.
I started Hopefully in a museum of the future, it will happen.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was our Q&A for you today, and we hope you enjoyed. Make sure you stay up to date with our stories. So if you have any more questions and stuff like that, we'll continue to make cool videos like this for you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.